Hi everyone, my name is Catherine James. I'm a writer at ClassicGameRoom.com, and this is my review of Final Fantasy XII by Square Enix for the PlayStation 2. The world-famous Japanese role-playing game company kept fans waiting 5 long years for Final Fantasy X's successor, and in my opinion, it was well worth the wait. The lengthy opening cutscene introduces you to a world that looks part Aladdin, part Phantom Menace. The home city is a desert oasis, but throughout the game you will travel through a visual smorgasbord of environments. After the backstory, you get to play a young war orphan named Vaughn, who dreams of being a sky pirate but is kept in check by his down-to-earth sidekick, Penelo. Through a long series of unfortunate events, they become entangled with an actual sky pirate and his Playboy bunny-esque partner, the supposedly deceased crown princess, and the knight accused of murdering Dalmasca's king. Once your party is all together, you set off on a quest to help Princess Ashe liberate her kingdom from the evil Arcadian Empire. In a shocking break from tradition, Final Fantasy XII abandons its predecessor's turn-based battle system for the active time battle system. Instead of random encounters, you engage enemies in the actual world. This gives you the freedom to avoid encounters if you want, or to group several enemies into one battle, if you're feeling brave. Watch out though, some monsters will call to their kin for help if they are nearby. Though you still have to wait for your character's time gauge to fill up before attacking, there is a revolutionary new system featured in Final Fantasy XII that makes battles smoother and more efficient, the Gambit system, by which you can program your characters to respond to specific situations with whatever items, spells, or techniques are available to them. You will eventually gain access to 12 possible gambits for each character. It takes a lot of the tedium out of battles, but it's also a double-edged sword. With the maximum number of gambits set, it can feel like the game is playing itself. Another evolution in 12 is the license board. The license board resembles Final Fantasy X's Sphere Grid in that it grants characters access to various spells and statistical upgrades, but it also contains all the weapons, armor, and accessories you can equip. This means that not only do you have to acquire your equipment and spells, you must also purchase them from the board using license points, which are gained from battle. Every character has the same license board and, unlike 10, each has immediate access to the entire thing. The only licenses that cannot be shared by every party member are summons. Summons can only be allocated to one character apiece, and you can acquire them through the story or through side quests. Naturally, it wouldn't be Final Fantasy without summons playing some part in the plot, but in this installment, they aren't actually very helpful in battle. You can easily go the entire game without using them. What you'll be relying on a lot more is characters' limit break abilities, called quickenings this time around. Each character has a set of unique quickenings, and you are challenged to access as many of them as possible before the timer runs out. This requires some pretty fast button tapping, but if you input the right sequences, you can blow away significant chunks of your enemy's health meters. Needless to say, there are plenty of side quests to keep you distracted from the main storyline. The amount of content packed into this game is unreal. You can easily spend over 30 hours on side quests alone. There are enough secrets peppered throughout the world to force even the most veteran of Final Fantasy fans to consult a guide. But finding them is well worth the effort, as you can acquire some of the most amazing weapons in the game, as well as a summon or two that is actually worth using. With beautiful, if sparse cutscenes, a huge world to explore, an incredibly dense amount of content to discover, and a battle system that won't lull you to sleep, this is a role-playing game worth playing.